I mean, you've talked about it already, but well documented the backing that the Trump administration has given to prediction markets. Some family members have financial interests, so on and so on. I mean, what do you think? Do you think this is a sort of golden era for this growing segment? And when we have new political overlords, things might not look quite so rosy, or are they resilient enough to survive? I mean, Jeremy, if you could start on that.
Yeah, I think that when there is a change in administration, it's going to be too late, right? So this is sort of the golden era. As Bill said, and I'm no Trump fan either, but this is the time. So it's up, it's running. Um, we'll probably see some changes in CFTC regulation in to moderate things a little bit, but it's nearly impossible to unring a bell. So if 2 or 3 years from now there's a new administration, I just don't see a scenario where an entire industry worth billions and billions is going to be just completely shut down. There's too much money at stake, and money is what's going to win this game from a lobbying point of view. And I just don't see a scenario where this the switch is just you know turned off. I think the ship has sailed at this point, so it's here to stay in some shape or form. But I don't think you're going to see any major shift. And
Bill,
this
you
is
agree with
coming
that?
from a political layman.
Yeah, right. Understood. Thank you, Jeremy. Bill, yeah, does that ring true for you?
Here's what I would say. You tell me one person who would have speculated, predicted that the United States government would face on January 6th of 2021 a insurrection. And then 4 years later, all those blokes that were indicted by the federal government and thrown in jail for their bloody massacre would be pardoned by the President of the United States. Number two, anybody who prognosticates, I agree with what Jeremy said, but anybody who prognosticates that they know what's going to happen either at sort of the Supreme Court level or in 2028 with the presidential elections, you can speculate on who's going to win, but this is not going to be the seminal issue for any new administration, whether it's Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, Gavin Newsom, or any of the other Democrats. It's not the top of mind of most politicians. And so, like I said earlier in a different way to support what Jeremy just said, it's become too big to fail. And you're seeing folks from Oceania, LATAM, Europe, perhaps soon Africa, coming in with their own predictive markets modeling to get in while the swimming is good right now. So yeah, I think it's too big to fail. It will continue to be. I think the state regulators, who are all friends of Martin, Jeremy, and I talk to regularly about this. I'm concerned for them. They get a little cranky when I say this, but they may be out of business in 3 to 4 years unless they find a way to have what I call an elegant solution with the federal overarching authority and some state interplay. If they don't do that, prediction markets are going to get into the casino space soon enough. I think they've been wise to hold back on that, but they're ready to pull the trigger on that too.